Vipers Voices from the Sharjah Cricket Stadium at the end of the league stage of the DP World ILT20. The Vipers' last match of that league stage against the Dubai Capitals, and it's ended in defeat. A 9-wicket loss at the hands of the Capitals with 17 balls to spare. The Vipers made 137 after being put into bat, and the Capitals knocked it off reasonably comfortably, if truth be told. Gurbadein Naib and Shai Hope, the main contributors for them. I've got Tom Moody, the Director of Cricket for the Vipers, alongside me. And Tom, truth be told, a night to forget.
Yeah, look, it wasn't an ideal sort of finish to the group stage. We're obviously very pleased with the whole season to this point. To be able to qualify for the finals and be in the top two was really the main objective. But still, we didn't plan or anticipate sort of finishing off that group stage with such a loss.
Tom, let's go back to the start of the day. The toss, it went to the Dubai Capitals. Sam Billings said at the toss, he said, "Oh yeah, I'm very happy to chase because the last 6 matches here have all been won by the side batting second." Well, it's 7 now. So was the toss that important?
Oh, I think history shows that chasing here is a lot easier than setting. Being such a small ground and generally a very good batting surface, it's quite hard to contain a batting unit when they get set, and unfortunately from our perspective that's exactly what we needed to do in our first innings effort, was get set and go big. And at one stage it looked like we were on track to secure something in the high hundreds, whether it be sort of 180 to 200, but we fell away drastically, unfortunately.
Yes, no Fakhar Zaman now, of course, he's gone to join Pakistan. Azam Khan opened the batting. What was the thinking there?
I think it's more to do with just giving him the opportunity. Batting in the middle, it's a very hard role to play when you're asked to come in and at times only face 2 or 3 balls. Other times you may face 15 or 20. But it was an opportunity we felt for him to get some valuable time in the middle and also have an impact in those power play overs. We all know what a devastating player he can be, and quite a brutal boundary hitter. And this pitch, this ground, it seemed to stack up that seemed to be the smart play to give him that opportunity to get the time in the middle.
No Fakhar, of course, now, as we've mentioned. A word on him, his contribution to the Desert Vipers this season?
Yeah, Fakhar's been brilliant both on and off the field. We've really enjoyed his professionalism, really enjoyed everything he's contributed with the bat and ham, but also just around the group in general. He's been an absolute diamond amongst the group. Everyone's really enjoyed his company and the experience that he's brought to the table. Nothing but positive things to say about his contribution to the Desert Vipers in his first season.
Yeah, you mentioned that the Vipers got themselves into a pretty decent position there. It was 82 for 2 in the 10th over. Dan Lawrence made 44, Sam Curran made 28. Those two made batting look reasonably comfortable, but it was by no means one-way traffic at that stage, was it? It was still, the batters couldn't quite find their timing, it seemed.
Yeah, well, again, sort of finding ourselves in a very strong position where we should have launched into that high 100 score. It's just such a shame that one of those two didn't bat deep into the innings, which is ideally what you want, and others coming in didn't take advantage of the opportunity that they had. And that's tonight was really, on reflection, a night of opportunity for a few players, whether that be a Dan Lawrence or whether that be a Jones or a Hose or a Azam Khan or whoever it might be. It was a chance to really get some runs under their belt and some time in the middle, but unfortunately that didn't pan out that way, and we found ourselves in a bit of a free fall at one point after that 10 over mark.
Yes, it was 4 for 3 in 12 balls, from 101 for 3 to 104 for 7. You don't win many matches in T20 with that sort of collapse, do you?
No, and we set the foundation. We had a good base to work from, but again, I think it's probably a reflection of a bit of game time that's lacking with a few players. They haven't had the time in the middle, they had their chance, but unfortunately, sometimes when you have that one-off chance, like it has been for a couple of players, it's not that easy to capitalise. Unlike what we saw with Max Holden in the previous game, it was his first one-off chance, and he grabbed it with both hands, and hasn't really looked back. Unfortunately, he wasn't available for selection today because he's still recovering from a slight back soreness. So I'm sure that come Wednesday he'll be jumping out of his skin.
Qais Ahmed 4 for 25, the Afghanistan leg spinner. Sikandar Raza 1 for 12 in 3 overs, so that's 5 for 37 in 7 overs between those two spinners. Was it that sort of surface?
Not at all. It was a good batting surface. We played them poorly, as simple as that. There's no sugarcoating it. We unfortunately had the wrong approach and shot selection on a number of occasions, and we allowed them to get on top of us and into the game. So unfortunately, it's something we can reflect on and certainly learn from moving forward into the tournament.
137 then was miles below a par score then, in your opinion?
Absolutely, I think it was 50 short, which is a bit of a gap from where it was. But yeah, I think it was a 180 plus surface. As I touched on, this ground's a small ground, and once quality batters get in on this surface, they can really hurt an opposition. But unfortunately, we had had a couple of batters get set, but didn't kick on and go big, and also we had guys coming into the side that had their opportunities but didn't grab it with both hands.
And in terms of the bowling effort, how content were you with that? Obviously, the Capitals won by 9 wickets, but it wasn't as if chances weren't created.
Yeah, look, chances were created, and that was the other, I suppose, disappointing thing about tonight, is that we missed a couple of chances you'd expect on any given day that they're taken at this level. But I think in general it's very hard to sort of point the finger in the bowling camp when they've got such a limited score on the board to defend. It's I think you need to look at first what you're doing with the bat before you criticise the ball. I thought Winindu again bowled really well. As you said, a number of our bowlers created some opportunities. They had their slice of luck, but they had the momentum, and generally when you do have momentum in this format of the game, you do have those balls go in the air that fall short or just go over the top of people's head, or you get dropped a couple of times.
How would you categorise this loss?
One to forget very quickly. It doesn't mean a huge amount to us apart from the immediate disappointment which we're feeling now, because from a cricketing standpoint, whether you're a player or you're a member of staff or whoever it might be, any loss hurts. We turn up to win, and we're proud in what we do, and we work hard in our preparation. But at the end of the day, the quicker we move on from this and get our heads right and our bodies right in a couple of cases for Wednesday's clash, the better off we'll be.
Same opposition on Wednesday. That win by the Capitals means they finish up in second place behind the Desert Vipers. How do you feel about that? It's a different venue, of course. It'll be the Dubai International Stadium.
I look forward to it. We've got a point to prove. They're a side that we certainly respect, particularly given the personnel they've got and the recent personnel they've brought in are world-class players. But it's an opportunity for us to set the record straight. We've played a lot better cricket than what we have done tonight throughout this tournament, and we want to bring that brand of cricket come Wednesday night. 7
wins in 10 matches in the group stage. Top spot. It's the joint most wins by any side in the history of the DP World ILT20 in the group stage. So grounds for satisfaction there, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of positive things we can reflect on and be very proud of. But again, the tournament in a way starts again when you reach finals. It's what's happened in the past is not relevant, including tonight's result. But we need to sort of pull away all those positive things that we've done over the last 3 weeks and bring that to the table come Wednesday night. There's a lot to like. There's a lot of players that have contributed really well, and we certainly hope that we can turn the tables come Wednesday.
Well, that is the next opportunity for the Vipers to do exactly that. Wednesday, the first qualifier against the Dubai Capitals at the Dubai International Stadium. Wednesday, the 5th of March, a night game and that of course has the big prize. Whoever wins that game goes straight through to the final. Whoever loses that match then has to face the second qualifier, and that will be on Friday the 7th of March here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. So we've got all that to look forward to, and we hope you can join us again on Vipers Voices as we reflect on that next match in a couple of days' time.